Hey everyone, Channel Features and Channel Partners Editorial Director Craig Galbraith here, once again talking about the upcoming Channel Partners Conference and Expo and co-located MSP Summit, April 11th through the 14th in Las Vegas. Pleased to be joined today by Frank Raimondi. Frank is a Vice President for Channel Development with IGI CyberLabs, a sponsor of our MSP Summit portion of the event. Frank, how are you?
I'm good, doing great, Craig. Thanks, and thanks for having us on.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time for sure. So I want to learn, first of all, a little bit today about IGI CyberLabs. How did it come about and what's its history, its lineage?
Yeah, so IGI CyberLabs was actually formed mid last year, kind of as a fully owned subsidiary of a 20-plus-year-old public over-the-counter traded company called Infinite Group Inc. and go by IGI there. So IGI has been around, it's at 20 plus years doing cybersecurity consulting, things like penetration tests, incident responses, virtual CISOs, CIOs, kind of providing a wide range of services. And they realized they were, one of their services they needed was vulnerability, right? And so they were buying product before from, I don't know which vendor, but they were buying a product that was expensive and it was slow. It was burdensome on the network. And so they, you know what, we can do better. We can build it. So it was built, I don't know, 7, 8 years ago and was sort of made available to partners and customers, you know, directly about 5 years ago. And so that's been kind of the lineage. And then again, last year we kind of broke it out. We separated the company. There was a new president. I was brought on, and we're kind of focused on delivering this vulnerability management to the channel. It's a great MSP product that you know, really can start helping small businesses in particular and small medium businesses with some cyber hygiene, right? It's a first step in a long process, right? But it's a really great first step.
Excellent, excellent. So I want to learn more about NodeWhere. What's unique about it? How are you helping MSPs use it to start or enhance these cyber hygiene services that you're talking about?
Yeah, so NodeWhere it's a very straightforward tool in a good way, in that it's a vulnerability management scanner. So we have sensors and agents that can be deployed on the networks and on individual endpoint devices, you know, whether they're in the office or remote. And they're scanning the product, they're doing inventory, and they're checking for all vulnerabilities that are known and some that may not be known. But really, we compare it up against a large database of all the CVEs and different files and different sources of risk that are known, and ones that are ever changing. As we know, there's new ones coming up all the time. And you know, perfect example, the Log4j that was sort of made its ugly head in December. Well, we were within the month, we were able to get all the tools needed and be able to roll that out into the platform. So we've been tracking and being able to report into our platform on any Log4j vulnerabilities within a network or within a company. So that's the simple model of what we do. The really unique piece is that we do this on a continuous, nonstop basis, right? Most other vulnerability scanners are once a week, once a month, sort of, because there's such a heavy burden on the network. Ours runs literally all the time, nonstop during normal business hours. So every asset is tracked and monitored every 3 to 5 minutes. We do a pulse on the network and we can know what's online. And we'll do a once a day vulnerability scan to really go deep into that system. So what that allows you both on the short term is, if there's a new asset that comes onto the network, the MSP can get an alert in short order that, hey, there's a new device here, what do we want to do? And we'll provide some suggestions and all that. What we don't do, which is kind of a limiting in a certain way, but in a good way for an MSP, is that we don't remediate directly in the tool. We'll provide suggestions and advice, but the MSPs have lots of other tools, and there are all kinds of different tools that they can do that. It could be a physical drive, it could be an RMM tool, delivery, whatever it might be. So we provide that information, and they serve it best, deliver it best as they need. Between these tools and the way that it works, what we're really providing for MSPs is a way to start having the conversation with their customers about, you know, do you know what devices are on your network, how vulnerable you are, right? Do you know if an asset gets added onto your network? Do you know, do you care? And typically, as more and more businesses are thinking about insurance, these are the first questions that insurance companies are asking the cyber insurance companies is, how vulnerable are you? What data do you have? What do you know about your systems? And our device can quickly, identify everything on the network, including, VoIP phones and IP cameras, but also more mysteriously often is the server that's in the closet that somebody forgot about, right? It's still hanging off the network, or it's got 5 versions old. So we can identify those and help the MSP kind of go into a trial with a customer and do that discovery and find out, okay, here's the first step, we can do this. Here's another statement of work of other things that we can do. Let's include that. And so it's enabling that the MSP to have the discussion, right? Whereas either they've been not afraid to, but just haven't been versed enough in how to start the conversation. Well, we really help them at that starting point.
All right, I'm sure partners are going to want to hear more about that coming up at the event in April. So
Yeah.
tell me, what are some of the activities you guys have going on around
Yeah.
channel partners and the MSP Summit?
Yeah, so we'll be displaying in the MSP Summit on the Monday and the Tuesday, the 11th and 12th. We'll be in the showcase there. And then after that, we won't be in the bigger CP Expo hall, but we'll be around, and we'd love to, meet up, or if you'd like a demo, just please reach out to me. The contact information is available here. But yeah, we'll be around and active, and love to meet as many of you as we can.
Good stuff. They'll be ready for it. Frank, thanks for your time today, and thank you to IGI CyberLabs for its sponsorship of CP Expo and the MSP Summit.
You're welcome. Look forward to seeing everybody there.